So I'm Dave Wildman. I teach history and politics here at the college, primarily A-levels. I've been at the college now for more than 10 years, and I started here actually as a trainee student. Lucky enough to actually have an amazing mentor here and an amazing team around me. And over the past 10 years, just continued to grow and develop and really enjoyed the teaching element here. So I became a teacher much later on. When I was about 30 years old. So prior to that, I worked a range of lots of different jobs, sacked from loads of different places as well, from working in a call center, working in an office, doing admin type stuff, working in kitchens, working in an old folks home as well. And I guess what I always had throughout all that time was I absolutely loved reading, I loved history, I loved geeking out with it. But it was only much later on when I got back involved in education by doing an Access to HE course. And from there, I was able to then go off to university. So getting into teaching was much later on, but I don't see that as being unusual here really at the college itself. We've got so many people that have worked in so many different industries and have come here to really focus and to really teach their passion. So I've been teaching the Tudors for 10 years now, and during that time period, I've delved into so many different interesting characters and different events. And when I actually started here, I didn't know anything about the Tudor period itself, so my specialism is more modern history. So coming here and realizing that actually a heck of a lot of the coverage would be on the Tudor period just meant then that I started doing more reading, more digging, and I just wanted to really expand on sort of my enthusiasm for history itself. And this took then me to creating a blog. So probably missed out on the big blog explosion from like the year 2000. So I was a bit late coming onto it itself. But from the blog, just by being able to use what I've been doing in the classroom, in terms of what's sort of some of the student stories or some of the student ideas actually, and sort of like riffing off of them and developing them a bit further. I was able to then start typing on the blog, and from the blog, a publisher contacted me and just asked me whether or not I fancied writing a book. So I gave that a little bit of thought and thought, yep, that would be a good thing to do. I didn't realize that it would be such a long process, and there were lots of times when I just didn't want to carry on any longer. But luckily I had the good support from people in the college itself to allow me just to delve in anytime that was needed. And obviously I had the summer break as well to write up a good draft. So now I've got a book out, The Tudor Empire itself, David J. Wildman, not Dave Wildman. So I have added a J and taken the liberty with that. The next step really is in researching and writing a new book. So I'm currently focusing on a chap called Sir Walter Raleigh from the Tudor period, who's a really interesting chap. So like a local lad from Devon, but somebody who explored the wider world. He popularized smoking as well in the Tudor court, is a poet, but also a complete charlatan as well. So I'm currently writing that and hoping to finish that this year. I'm a massive believer in the college itself. So when I came here, more than 10 years ago now, I was this frightened, timid person who knew nothing essentially in terms of teaching. And in that time, I've done so much here in terms of experience and in terms of the working relationships as well with great colleagues. And I think it is a great place of opportunity. We see this time and time again, don't we, every single year, where people are able to rise up, people are able to take on new challenges and new experience. And I think the college really embraces that as well in terms of valuing the staff that we have here, in terms of the vibe that we have at the college itself. So I'm a big believer in terms of the support that can be available and what people can possibly do. I think even despite all the challenges that we have here at the college and what we've seen, and obviously financial constraints, impact of COVID, cost of living crisis, I think we just do such an amazing job, and being part of that is, an honor.